Have you ever thought about using trading bots? I used Bitsgap in the last bull market and turned $1,000 into $50,000 within a 5-month period. I documented the whole process and put it in a playlist if you want to see that, along with other training videos and tutorials how to set bots up and make the most of the volatility of the crypto market. If you sign up with a link in the description, you'll get a 7 days free trial with no obligation to continue, and you can also use a demo account within Bitsgap so you don't have to risk your own capital. Bitsgap. Good morning everybody, let's have a look at Bitcoin, a tiny look at the overall market. Still in a downtrend I have to say, but yesterday let's have a recap of what we saw. So this is the weekend, we had this descending triangle formation, basically this horizontal support, this 10 exponential. We got the breakout, we moved up to a 50, came down to test the triangle again, and then yesterday we were talking about this in the morning, weren't we, saying I think there's going to be a bit of a pump in the market. We got that pump only to see a death cross retested again in the evenings, and then pulled back overnight, and this is where we are today. But look, let's face it, let's base this on what we can see and what we expect to happen next. Now today, before we actually look at the charts, there's a few things going on this week. We got Chairman Powell talking. He's going to say stuff, isn't he? He's going to open his mouth. Words will come out, and things might happen. Depends how ambiguous he is. So that's happening, obviously. We can't. There's no indicator for that. We've also got CPI, I think, tomorrow, which is probably going to be slightly higher than expected. I'm only saying that because that's what oil is suggesting. So that higher CPI, so markets might be trying to price that in. I don't think they are, though, to be honest with you. I think markets have got a handle on it, to be honest. But, there's emotional people out there who haven't got a handle on anything, isn't there? And they will sell, they will buy, they will do anything. And then loads of other economic data's coming out as well this week. So there's a fair bit of stuff that can't be accounted for through the use of charts and technicals. But if we just use technicals, what do we see? Well, after the breakout, which is a decent one, it wasn't massive, but it was okay. So the retest of these lower zones to the wick high, 4.5%. Look, it is what it is. This is the period of the market that we're in right now. Sometimes you can trade these, sometimes you can't. I wouldn't, I was at the right place at the right time yesterday when it looked okay, so I did a scalpy long, a nice 50% profit on Solana. Leverage, obviously, leverage. I'm not suggesting people do all that sort of stuff, but it was one of those times in the market where right place, right time, really. The early bird catches the worm. I was up at the crack of dawn yesterday, and I was looking at these charts, and so it was lucky. But today, looking at this right now, I mean, it could go either way. The odds are in favour of another move back up to this trend line here, around 63,250, maybe a little higher. And to be honest with you, it could actually start moving back up to 65s and beyond. It could. The reason I say that is not so much based on its own chart, which on its own chart it's okay as long as we can hold above 61,650. I'm okay with it. If we start coming down below there, then yeah, we look for much lower. So recognize what I'm saying. Bulls and bears, right? Yeah, I'm not siding with anyone particularly. The way this works is you have validation and invalidation of a trading setup. Currently, it would appear that move to the upside is more likely. That's what it would appear. That would be invalidated with a 4-hourly closure below this Bollinger Band center. We would be looking to see a retest of the 60,700 and probably a breakdown from there. Probably, because this would be a failed breakout. And obviously it has done a death cross retest. You'd expect a rejection around there. That's normal. Death cross retest, retest down, death cross retest, slight breakout, death cross retest down, death cross retest, maybe a move back up, probably see another retest and maybe move down. Or if we break out, then actually there's a very good chance of continuation, decent continuation at that point. So recognize what I'm saying here. You might think I back both sides of the price action. I do. That's what trading is. You have to back both sides. There is no one size fits all. You can't just be a bull forever. You can't be a bear forever. If you want to make money out of the market, you've got to be a bull and a bear. That's just the way it works, all right? I think a lot of people find that hard to understand, judged by the comments. You say one thing one day, you say another. Yeah, that's what the price does. It's not me. I'm not in control of the price. I participate in price action. Right, let's have a look at our lower term time frames. We're actually going to dig deep into the 1 hourly. Right, so the 1 hourly did get a golden cross. It's sort of like got wicked right through. That looks like a liquidity grab to me, to be honest with you, for leverage traders. Every time you get a dead cross, you normally move into it. I mean, a golden cross, you would normally move into it. So it's the opposite of what we're seeing on the 4 hourly. And so we've moved into it. Now we have wicked below it. We haven't closed below it. We are looking like we are trying to close below it. This is only 1 hour. This is fresh into this 1 hour. But as it looks right now, not particularly happy. We did have a negative cross, MACD. We did have a little bit of bearish divergence on this 1 hourly. So yeah, this could actually come down a little further again before it moves back up. So the 1 hourly, not particularly happy. And obviously the daily offered a major rejection on that 50 exponential. And to be fair, the daily doesn't look particularly great either. So, long story short, let's focus on that 4 hourly. The 4 hourly is going to tell us what's going on. If we see closures below this area, 61,600 on a 4 hourly, so it's a 4 hourly candle body closure below that area, you will probably see continuation down to lower lows. From this low, that would be. Right, so that's that. Let's move over to S&P, where we're still struggling to make a high or a low. We're sort of hanging around this no man's land area. It doesn't really know what it wants to do at this stage. I would make the case that based on everything that we see, that it will actually try to move up from 5,215 once the Bollinger Band and the price action catch up with each other. This is technically a bullish chart. Until you look at the momentum, you see an overheated read with bearish divergence on the 4 hourly, which does beg the question, do we retest these lower zones? 5,025, maybe just 5,044, 144 that would be. That's kind of what it looks like. So we're hanging in the balance today, really. Whether we have continuation up or down is it's not as clear as it was. So this is sometimes you've got to accept this as how trading works, really. If the odds aren't clear, because this is all it is, you know. If you go to a bookies and it's 10 to 1, you wouldn't make that bet and expect to win it, would you? You know, if it was the reverse of that, you'd be like, all right, I'm in it, definitely, yeah. The odds are in my favour. I'll take that bet. At the moment, the odds aren't particularly clear. 60-40 to further upside, and that's only as of this very moment in time, 10 past 8. So really, you know, if you wanted to take that trade, you'd have to have very tight stop losses, because it might not work out. Because statistically, it doesn't look like it should want to work out based on everything that we looked at already. So recognise what I'm saying. I'm sure you do, and most people do. It's not. You don't wake up in the morning, listen to a YouTuber, and then make you know, just say, oh, he said it's gonna. I did say it's more likely to move up. I do say that based on what we see right now. But likely by what? Likely by nothing. You know, 60% more likely. Yeah, it's not an enormous odds. It's almost 50-50, which is basically a coin flip. And you can't base your life, or certainly your financial activity, based on a coin flip. That's crazy. So yes, it is more likely, only slightly more likely than winning a coin toss. So that is not good odds, is it? So I'm not going to be doing anything today. Not based on what I see right now. I don't live my life on a coin flip. Right, so I'll leave it with you then. There's nothing much more to say. Wait for Chairman Powell to speak. Quick look at the Dixie. Dixie's still hanging in this area, really, so could move up, could move down. Moving averages all blending together, creating that proton pack type vibe. So not really much edge over here. So let's just sit back, watch and wait, listen to the Chairman Powell speak. Tonight we should see some more juicy price action, and perhaps maybe a particular bias gets chosen. But until then, we're just going to sit, watch and wait. I am doing a live stream tonight if you want to join in for that. I have started to load up 2 of my exchanges with crypto for bot trading. So if anyone wants to think about bot trading, I'm doing it on Bitsgap. There's going to be links in the description below. Other than that, though, maybe I'll see you on the stream tonight. Maybe I won't. I think let's have the price action tell us the direction before we try to get ahead of the game and make ourselves to be better than we are. We don't really know the particular direction. Different on different time frames. The 4 hourly giving a slightly positive, bullish bias. Same with the daily. Same with the weekly, in fact. You know, but this could all just come straight back down again to below 60,000, probably into the mid 50s, if we start to lose those areas that we've seen. So let's just slow down a little. All right, we don't have to trade every day. Yesterday was a good trade. That's great. Enjoy that for what it is. Today, probably not so much. I'm probably going to end up playing Fallout 4 again for the majority of the day, and that's fine. Right, I'll have a nice time. I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.